The Bitcoin halving is now approaching within 24 hours, and many people are going to make a mistake that is going to cost them a lot of money, but hopefully not you. Now, what that mistake is of course, expecting and anticipating that we are going to see Bitcoin immediately start to catch some momentum or maybe even start pumping as a result of this halving. And what I wanted to talk a little bit about today was the fact that that's very likely not going to happen. Now, I'm not going to say that it's impossible, right? I think saying it's impossible is unfair to you, but it's definitely not likely. And historically, it's just not really what's happened. Now, I put up a chart here for you that I wanted you to check out, and I did post it over or repost it over on Twitter. It's from our friend at Rec Capital on Twitter. Now, guys, please do go ahead and follow me on Twitter. It's at Tyler Hill YT. I do a lot of retweeting and talking about different cryptos and stuff like that, so definitely do go check it out. But what you can see here is that, of course, generally speaking, looking at the halving. So this blue line here is the halving. Not only do we not immediately pump usually, we actually either pull back or cool down. Right. What you can see here is that, of course, in 2016, we saw the market pulling back into the halving, which is this blue line again. Then going into 2020, we saw the market consolidating. And then currently we are still consolidating. Consolidating, of course, meaning just going sideways. Now, what is the, kind of with that in mind, right? What is the mistake that people are going to make? Well, as I mentioned before, it's people thinking that it's going to pump. And that, of course, is going to lead them to do one of two things. Mistake number one is that they are going to have the anticipation that it's going to pump. So when it doesn't pump, they're going to get disappointed and they may stop paying attention to the crypto market. They might walk away from the crypto market, or at worst, they might sell some of their crypto, which obviously is the dumbest thing that you could do in this situation, right? Where we are right now, just think that's stupid. I don't think it's a good idea. My personal opinion, don't get offended, but I think it's stupid, okay? Because eventually we are going to see the liquidity from this catalyst lead to this market climbing upwards. That's just what happens unless something absolutely insane, black swan happens, okay? That's mistake number one. Mistake number two is that people are going to go in and start opening extremely big ass leverage long trades, expecting the pump to happen, and then get liquidated, forcefully liquidated, and then the market will eventually work its way upwards, and they will have been right, but they approached it incorrectly, right? So the market did pump, but it didn't pump when they thought it might. And so obviously that caused them to lose out on not only that trade, but lose out on money and gains that they should have had, but they didn't approach it correctly. Now, guys, actually, I did want to remind you really quickly, if you do want to trade some leverage on Bitcoin, I don't think it's a bad idea. Okay. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think you just need to do it correctly. And if you do want to do it correctly, I did have this pulled up here for you. You can use Margex down in the description below. You can get up to $30,000 in bonuses right now once you sign up, deposit, and start trading. They're doing a bunch of giveaways. They're doing a bunch of rewards and incentives right now. And it is by far, in my opinion, the best platform to trade Bitcoin. There's no KYC, meaning you don't need to give them your personal information. You don't need a VPN from anywhere in the world. You can just deposit funds, get your bonuses, and start trading. By far, hands down, the best. And they have some of the best fee structure. So you're going to trade for some of the absolute cheapest fees. So again, go check that out down in the description below. Please don't miss out on that, especially with the bonuses. There's no point in missing out on those gains that you can get from those bonuses. Okay. But overall, look, and like I mentioned before, the idea and the reason why I'm talking about Margex in general, leverage trading right now isn't a terrible idea. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it at all. But what I am saying is that, especially in that second mistake I was telling you about, if you go too long right now, right, 100x or 200x, or God forbid 250x, there's a good chance you're going to end up losing, because this market has a tendency to do things that people don't want it to do. And so if you want it to go up, the likelihood is it's not going to go up. And when you start going too high on leverage, once you're really putting in those orders at 100x, 200, 250, whatever it may be, the likelihood of you getting liquidated off of a wick to the downside or even general consolidation is so high, and it's so pointless. And I tell people all the time, don't lose money in crypto by being right. And what I mean by that is, don't go so long on leverage, especially at this phase of the market, that whenever it does go, that whenever it doesn't, maybe go up immediately, when it wicks down, you get liquidated and then it goes up, right? You were right in it going up, but you still lost because you went too long on leverage. So I don't think that's a good idea. Especially don't make mistake number two, because that's really going to upset you, because again, you lost when you were right. If you're going to go long on leverage, do a little bit, 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x, whatever it may be that can your portfolio can withstand those pullbacks, right? Your liquidation prices aren't extremely high. You can lever into that position so that you can add on to it if the price does continue to go down, and you can start to, build into that position a little bit more, so that when it inevitably does go up, then you can start to make some gains. And like I mentioned before, mistake number one, selling out right now or getting disappointed right now if the market doesn't immediately pump, it's just not, it's it's just disappointing. Like, it disappoints me that people are going to do that, because I need you to remember that it's not an immediate thing. Crypto is, at the end of the day, it is a marathon, not a sprint. And in my opinion, if you are expecting those immediate gains, you're probably going to get disappointed. So maybe if you just get your mind right now, and you're aware that it's likely not going to just immediately pump, then you'll be able to be in a position in which you can dollar cost average. You can build into your portfolio if it doesn't immediately pump. And obviously that will then lead you to gains in the future, at least in my opinion. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that today. I don't mean to rant too much. It's just, I've been through this before, and I've seen people lose money, and it is very disappointing. And I feel very bad for people when they lose money in a bull market, especially if they are long-term bullish. And so I hope you guys do enjoy these quick, straight to the point videos. If you do, you can always let me know easily and simply by smashing the like button on this video so more people see it, and subscribing to the channel so that you never miss another one. Again, make sure you go use the Margex link down below if you do want to do some trading yourself. And I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.